Alright, this will give us some sound in the meantime while I try and solve the problem. It'll be bad sound, but I'm not quite sure why it's not working. I'm just going to double check it's all plugged in. I mean, it's got power. I can see it's got power. Yeah, music comes in on a separate line. Okay, is it dreadful? I haven't muted myself. It's definitely not muted. And muting and unmuting doesn't fix it, and also that doesn't fix it. I sound far away. It's because I am. The camera's over there. Alrighty, what I'm gonna do is there is a hum, but I can hear you okay. Alright, hang on. I don't know why it's being naughty. Let's have a look. I'm bringing the keyboard over. You know it's bad when I bring the keyboard over, right? Delete that. Yes. Yeah, I've got my audio source plugged in. I've got it here. I can see it. It's there, and normally it would be working. No problems. I'm just clearing out some stuff. I made some changes on the weekend, and maybe that affected something. It shouldn't have, but maybe it did. Device. Let me look here. How's that? Are we good? Might be a bit loud. I've got to adjust the lines. So let me know if you can hear me better now. And all that sort of stuff. It's peaking hard, so I'm just fixing it up. Just had to watch a funny ad for Zoom phone. For a Zoom phone? Hey Dizzy, welcome to the chat. Oh my gosh, I've changed. Bit loud but good. Okay, I have dropped it back. So hopefully it's not too loud. Let me know if I'm still too loud from here. Okay, yeah, buzzing's gone. I can't tell you what happened. I clicked a button and it's better. You said, Kathy's saying it's a bit fuzzy. I just turn up the volume and then yell, sorry. It's a bit quiet. You can bump it up slightly. Okay, all right. I bumped it up a little echoey, but so much louder. Let me look at the settings here. I don't know what happened. I don't know why it stopped working. You can deal. I have turned off the camera mic. It's gone. Yep. Just double check the settings in this. It's definitely the Rode. Okay, well, that was also a bit of fun. That was so much fun. Welcome to the stream. This is how live works. Yeah, but it's not crispy. I'm sorry. I don't think I can be too fussy today. Let me just look. Filters. What filters have I got? I've got a bit of noise suppression going on, which I normally do. That's what knocks out some of the air conditioning noise. The air conditioner is pumping hard though, because it's so humid and hot this morning. It is not fun. Tell me in the chat what the weather is like where you are. Please let me live vicariously through you. Somebody tell me it's snowing there. It was crispier, I think, when it was super loud. But then it was super loud. Is that not a problem? We all know the problems with live streams. Yeah, we do, Chopper. Yeah, we do. It's the nature of live. Tali says it's raining where she is. Freaky, it's winter where he is. So guys, let me know, is the audio listenable? Are you going to be able to cope with this for 2 hours, or should I keep playing, or should I just get on with the crochet? You let me know in the chat, because I have no idea what the problem with the audio was. I have not changed anything with the audio. I changed things here. Yeah. It's 38 here for Vampire with a hot breeze. Oh, is that a hot and dry breeze though, or humid? It's Chopper's fault, is it? Oh my god, it's bearable. Thank you, Chopper. Keep talking. All right, okay, we're going to move on. Moving right along. Good morning, everybody. First chatter this morning was Freaky telling me about shoveling snow. This is something I have never experienced because I haven't seen more. I've seen snow, from my car to a mountain. From the car park to the slush on the side of the car park. And I've even had little gentle flurries sit on my shoulder. Like, I could only notice them because I was wearing black. That's it. That's the closest I've done to snow. So, yeah. So I've got my aircon pumping hard to try and keep the humidity down. I did have Louie in here this morning. I thought I'll let Louie come and have a play for live stream. But he was eating the little candle tea lights, and I just thought, I love you, Louie. I don't love you that much. So I put him back in the house, and he's inside. Abby's home from school sick. Tim's inside working. So there's a big contingency in the house. But something I need to pre-warn you about is I am having to run this live stream through my 5G mobile, as there is something hinky going on with our internet. It just keeps dropping out. So hopefully, fingers are crossed, our 5G holds out. Should have probably checked the battery on that. Might do that. Hang on a second. It's got full battery. So good, 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 good. All right. Sally says that she has a love-hate relationship with snow. Gosh. Freaky says I should sleep good tonight being out in the fresh air 5 or 6 times. Freaky, I was reading somewhere, someone was talking about how they don't shovel snow because apparently if you shovel your drive and someone slips over, you can be sued. But if you haven't shoveled your drive, they can see it hasn't been shoveled, and if they fall down, it's their own fault. I don't know. I don't know how true that is. I actually think it was someone in America, a crochet designer in America, who said it. Anyway, Kim says there was frost in our car at Bendigo. That's right. I've dealt with frost. The first time I came out to my car at a Bendigo, I'm sort of sitting there thinking, how on earth am I going to get rid of this? And all I can say is that I was really lucky that my friend Emma was there, and she's from the UK. She was like, dude, this is easy. Get out an old loyalty card from a shop. We just scrubbed it. Can't love snow too much. You and I for sure would keep slipping. Oh, yeah, I agree. I would like to see snow. I would like to touch snow while standing on firmly unsnowy, unicy footing. That's about where I'm at. So today's live stream, I want to talk about crochet face washes, right? Now, I've been getting some funny sort of messages and things like that about why would you make crochet face washes? Why would you spend that time? And all I can say is you're not going to know until you try it, all right? It's one of those things. Until you've used a crochet cotton nice face washer. Now, there's a few stitches that work better than others. You're not going to really understand why. So if you think of those really nice waffle stitch face washes that you get when you're at a fancy spa to wipe your face with, that's kind of the feeling you can have at home if you crochet your own face washes. Now, while I say crochet, you could probably knit them as well, but you want a textured stitch. And I find that for a face washer, for textured stitch, I can knock that out so much faster with crochet than with knitting. Game Widows asked, is this like hand woven tea towels? I think it is. I think it's like hand woven tea towels. It's just a different feel to it, and they just work. They're just good, you know? Sally says, I've only seen snow once and ended up with mild hypothermia, so I hate it for being so cold, but I love the look. Yeah. Spanichick says, but then you have to wash them after each use. Yes, you do. The advantage of that is, though, that you can make a pile of them. And you can wash your face and your body and whatever, you know, use your face washers one day, drop them into your hamper or toss them into your, I actually hang them over. I've got a basket in my laundry that we put all the dirty washing in, and I actually hang them over the side so they dry a little bit throughout the week, because we wash mostly once a week. So use them, hang them, toss them in the washing machine with the towel loads. Now this is the thing, I don't care for my face washers like they're precious. I care for them the same way I care for towels and if I'd bought a face washer. They go in the washing machine, they get pegged onto the line, they lose their shape, they get a little crispy and a little fluffy, don't care. They feel amazing when they're on your face. Now the other thing that you can do is, instead of making like a full-size face washer, you can make little tiny ones and use them as makeup removal pads. And this is really good for people who don't want to use commercial store-bought makeup pads all the time. Now, the thing to remember about it is, yes, Chopper, they would work for your butt, but then you would have to nappy sand them. Good job. The thing with using them for makeup removal pads is that mascara and lipstick might stain it. So as long as you don't mind and you toss it in the wash and you know it's clean, it's just a little bit stainy and it's fine, you can go on from there. But it's really, really good for cleansing and, you know, all the other sort of things that aren't so much for wiping makeup off. But in saying that, I use them to take makeup off as well. Mine just look a bit like meh. I don't care. They're clean. I know they're clean. They've been through the washing machine. They've been hung on the line or poked in the dryer. In Australia, we are more likely to hang our washing on a clothesline than we are to put it in a clothes dryer. I know that's not so much the case in the US, but in Australia, we do tend to hang it on the line unless you're an apartment dweller and then you don't normally have much of a line space. Make them black. Spanichick's right. Make them black. Now, I today have still got this one. I've been working on my Tunisian. Those girls that were in my Zoom know this story already, so I'm sorry if you've already heard this. But I was like, gosh, my arm hurts. Like, what's going on down here? Wow. And like I was struggling to you know, grip and just, you know, hold the spoon for cooking, and I couldn't crochet for a couple of days. And I worked out what it was. It was because when I crochet, right, I'm a pen holder, right? So I crochet like I'm holding a pen. When I Tunisian crochet, I can't do this because of all the stitches that go along, right? I have to overhand crochet. It uses different muscles, doesn't it? Yeah, up here for thinking. And so I hadn't Tunisian crocheted in a long time. Well, long enough, obviously, that my hand was like, oh, stop making hurt me. Oh, it's horrible. And so, yeah, so today, while I've still got, I'm not finished, here it is. I brought it out to show you where I'm up to. While I haven't finished my Tunisian face washer that we started last week, I've just got the cast off row to do and then put the edge on it, okay? So it's nearly done. I'm going to drop it into the top-down camera here. Just move the keyboard out of the way. I had it all pretty, you guys. It was all pretty. Grr. Here we go. Okay, so I'm up to, this is, I mean, I don't have the hook out here. It's inside. This is just a 4mm clover hook for you know, comparison. So it's a goodly size. Do I have a ruler? I do. Look at that. It's I wouldn't use it for ruling straight lines. I may have hacked edges out of it accidentally using it for things. Okay, so it's about 18 centimeters. So I'm one of those girls that talk in mils. I'm sorry. Verse 150. Now I could probably pop. What I'd plan to do is stick another row of the grey on and end it off to match this side. So have 2 rows of grey here. So it's not going to be quite like legit square. I don't care. I don't care that much. This is for me. I'm not selling them. This is mine. But I can tell you the fabric feels fantastic. Honestly. Dizzy says, if you use a multicolour cotton, would that hide the makeup stains? It would likely to hide things like your foundations and lippy, but maybe not so much your mascara. So you just have to trial and error it and see how much of it washes off in your washing machine. So, so this one's getting put aside for now. But I wanted just to make one of my stock standard, this is my go-to, this is my absolute go-to, like one that I make at home and I make tons of, so I thought I would share it with you guys. It's very easy, it is not hard. Like if you can crochet very basic stitches, you can make this, okay? It is not tricky. I'm not doing any fancy patterns because I just want slight texture because this texture feels amazing on your skin. That's why. Chopper's saying, like that beautiful yarn beside you. You mean this yarn, the Project for Awesome yarn, that I think I've said it a lot this week, but I am just shocked and blown away by the amazing response of those of you that were able to be quick enough to nab one of these and raise this money for the Project for Awesome. I don't even know what to say. And Chopper keeps like goading me about it. He's like, I told you everyone would like it. And I'm like, oh yeah. I liked it. So I was like, phew, as long as I like it. Alright, so I'm going to make this one mostly, let me think, the last one that I've got, where is it? It's mostly grey with the pink. So this time I'll do mostly pink with grey. Okay. Look, you know the whole, some people like to work from the inside, some people like to work from the outside. I actually don't have a preference. What decides whether I work from the inside or the outside is how easy it is for me to find the tail. If it's like jab, 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 and I'm pulling out yarn buff and I'm just like poking that back in and just grabbing it from the outside. When I'm working on a table like this, I like it to come from the inside so the yarns don't roll around. I don't have a yarn bowl. I use a basket usually. There's not one here. It's over there. That does me no good. And so I've got some Finch cotton, so nice. It's that a 10 ply. Yes, I've got the 10 ply Finch cotton here. Look, I'm going to say this. It doesn't feel like a 10 ply cotton to me. So if you want to compare it to something like your Peaches and Cream, it's nowhere near as thick as a Peaches and Cream, okay? And saying that, I don't like the Peaches and Cream or the Sugar and Cream or whatever they are. I think they're too coarse. And I like a softer cotton for my face washes. So I like the Finch. I like the Bendigo 10 ply cotton. I like, what other cottons do I like? There's another one. I can't think of it. Actually, I think what it is, it's in my stash, but I can't buy it anymore. Anchor Line used to make this amazing multicolour cotton, and it felt fantastic. But they don't make it anymore, and so I hoard my Anchor Line cotton jealously because there's just not much of it there. I'm just going to, my little iPad's poking in there, and I'm using that. I'm just having a look here. Oh, that one's not as far down. I'm thinking, why are my chats so different? And it's because that one's stuck right at the top. And this one, there we go. Anyway, so I like my face washes to be about this big. I like them to be about this big. I've got little hands, okay? If you've got big hands, you want a bigger face washer because you want it to cover your hand at least. For me, I hold them like however, mostly covers my hand, okay? This one could probably be another row or two longer, and I may do that yet. But I wouldn't make it any wider. I would only just increase the depth a little. So if you've got big hands or you've got to share with some big-handed bloke, then make it bigger. But I like a little one, they dry faster as well. Nurturing Fibers, yes, their cotton is lovely, and it's got nice texture too. I've actually got some Nurturing Fibers. I ordered some in their sale, but I bought enough to make a top. So now there'll be people out there wondering why I go full cotton, because there's bamboo and bamboo feels just as nice and blah 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 blah. I personally don't like bamboo. Now, the reasons I don't like bamboo have nothing to do with its drape or how it feels or its wicking or its apparent antibacterialness. What I don't like about bamboo is how it is made, okay? So I know cotton is not great either. It uses a lot of water, pesticides, what have you, but bamboo uses a decent amount of water. For commercially grown bamboo, they do have pesticides, but to actually turn bamboo timber, because I love bamboo timber, give me bamboo hooks any day, but bamboo timber into bamboo fiber, you're basically dropping it into a vat of toxic chemicals. Okay, so when you have a look at countries of origin of where bamboo yarns are made, you'll find that they're all China or Turkey or other countries that don't have as strict EPAs. And the reason that is, it's really hard to ditch that vat of chemicals once it's been used. And some of these countries have got no problems with just tipping it out. Like, oh, there's a little creek. Whereas, and that's an issue for me. Now, you have to make the decision for yourself. I know cotton is not perfect. And it does get grown in places where they're using water that they should probably be using for something else. But it's not just like, it's not totally destroying entire ecosystems. It's not great for the systems that it's in. It's like a balancing act. So you make the decision yourself. That's why I made the decision. Dizzy's wanting to know if anyone has used the Lion brand recycled cotton. I've seen it. I've touched it. I like how it feels. I haven't used it yet. Man hands for Leanne. Okay, let's get started. So I did bring my glasses out. I've got my glasses, everybody. You'll be proud of me. There was someone in the chat who's normally picking on me for not having my glasses. I brought them today because I want to work into the back loop. And I can't do that without my glasses anymore because I've got my blindy eyes now. Okay, so I normally do about 30. I'm counting. 20. Okay, so 30 gives me this length, which is just a smidge shorter. Now, yes, I am using a 4mm hook. When I was doing the Tunisian with this, I was using a 5mm, and that is because Tunisian is much thicker, and if I used a 4mm with Tunisian, you'd get cardboard, you'd get no softness. I'm also a loose crocheter, and I have to make allowances for that. So if you're a firm crocheter, you want to go up to a 4.5 or a 5, even for this, okay? But because I am a pretty loose crocheter, and I know this about myself, I make adjustments. And okay, so now I can't look at the chat while I do this bit, all right? I don't know if you can see what I'm doing here. I'm going to see if I can just zoom in just a smudge. I don't want to play with anything because somehow I broke the audio, so you know, maybe I'll break this too. Woo! All right, let's zoom in. Zooming in. Hang on, I've got to get that screen out of the way because that doesn't show me my zoom in bits. Come over here, little controller. All right, let's zoom it in. All right, let's go. All right, I don't have to hold it up too high. Okay, so what I want to do is you flip it over, and can you see the little bumps on the back? See, you've got your V's at the front, and you flip it over, and you've got little bumps on the back. You want to work into the little bumps. And what that does is it gives you a really nice edge, and it means I'm not going to need to edge this face washer. And I half double crochet, sorry. I like half double crochet for my face washers, or half trebles, depending on where you're from in the world. And I just I'm going to make this stripy. I like the stripy. Thanks, Kim, for the suggestion last time. Okay, and we just half double crochet through our back bumps all the way to the end. Sorry, I'm trying to see and make it so you guys can see at the same time. There we go. Keyboard just fell down. Good job, keyboard. Get back up there. I mean, I do have it sitting on like an angle like this on top of something slippy. So, I mean, is it the keyboard's fault or is it my fault, really? So I'm going to zoom back out. You guys can see what I'm doing here. So I'm just going to check the chat before I zoom back out, see if you've got any questions. Sally says, I'm not a fan of working into the back bump, but the end results are nice. And I agree with you. I don't enjoy the process of working into the back bumps, but it's worth it for the end result. It really is. And if you're making like a top that doesn't have any kind of edging or anything like that, the back bumps works really well to give you a nice neat edge around the bottom, an even neat edge. My yarn matches my nails. Oh, it does too. That was not intentional. I just wanted something a little more subtle and then put sparkles on it. All right, so I'm going to zoom back out again. Go back to where it was, hopefully. I can't remember what number zoom I was on. No, there we go. That looks about right, right? Okay. Alrighty. We've zoomed back out. Okay, and we'll just keep going. Just keep going, going, going. And so, the hardest job of this, we're just about done. This is the hardest part, is working through the back loops, making sure you've grabbed all the strands of cotton, because sometimes cotton's a butt face and gets a bit splitty, and then it goes from there, you know. And then you look at the next row and you've got all these splitty bits on the back and you're just like, ugh, and you have to go back and pull it out and do it again. Mind you, working into the bumps the second time's a lot easier, let me tell you that. Come on, little bump. See, once I need to focus on this just for a few more stitches and then I can start reading the chat properly again. Oh, Kim says there's no such thing as splitty yarn. I don't technically disagree with that, but I'm trying to use a fairly small hook with pretty thick yarn, and the twist on this yarn is not high, okay? It doesn't have high twist, and that's one of the things I like about this cotton, is it's not a high twist yarn. High twist yarns are firmer and are more stable in holding their shape. I don't care about that for this project. I want the softness. I want the drape. I want the softness. Freaky says, I think she paints her nails and then matching the yarn, or matches the nails to the yarn. I don't actually, funnily enough. It just sometimes happens. I think maybe I've got colours in my head about something, and then when I'm at the nail place, I may be subconsciously choosing those colours. Sally says, I know if I'm working to the back lumps, back humps, I have to remember to do a bit looser chain. Dizzy's saying, so 30 chains is 30 HDCs. I actually did 31 chains so that I can have 30 HDCs. You do lose one at the start. I will double check it and I will count it. But in saying that, one stitch is no never mind in this kind of project. Okay, we're not joining them onto anything, so we don't need it to match up with anything else. So a stitch here or there is no never mind. I love using face washes for testing out stitches and learning stitches and all sorts of stuff. I love cotton face washes. They feel amazing. Bit of body wash in the shower. They're good. They feel good on your face. They're good. So here we've got, that's the top that I'm working into, and that's the bottom because we're working into the back loops. They match. So when we get to the top of the face wash, the top and the bottom will mostly match. My chains are probably a dash too tight. Sally's advice. Oops, hang on, that was a single crochet, not a double, a half double. So for anyone wondering, I'm sure just about most of you would already know this, but there's two crochet languages, okay? So if you're based in America, you think in half double crochet is what I'm doing here in the American crochet language. For the rest of the world, it's a half treble. America has its own crochet language. They base it on the number of, I can never remember which way it goes. One of them base it on the number of loops, and one of them base it on the number of pull-throughs. Hang on. Half double, I can't remember. But anyway, the confusing thing is we use a lot of the same words to describe different stitches. So a double crochet is a treble for the rest of the world. And a double crochet here is your single crochet, and that's how you can quite often work out if a pattern, if it doesn't state the pattern language, if it has an SC in it, like a single crochet, you instantly know it's an American pattern because no other crochet language uses it. Oh, thank you, Kim. The UK is the number of loops. All right, thank you. Okay, so I'm just counting here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. Okay, yes, so 31 chains is 30 half double crochets. Okay, and then you get a better idea after you've done your first row of stitches as to how long it's going to be. This one is going to be about 18 centimeters. Maybe a little less, maybe 17 and a half. Well, you know, close enough though. Very similar width to this other one. Fluky. So now, am I striping like every row? Am I like, because this one we had a pattern, this one we went 2 1 2 1. Am I just going grey, pink grey, pink grey, pink grey? Like, let me know in the chat, which way do you want us to go here? This is totally, you know, interactive. Woohoo! It is almost 8 inches. Yes, Sally, you're quite right. Oh dear. Does Tunisian crochet have the same thing, different country definitions? No, yeah, sort of, because Tunisian crochet uses some slightly different terminology altogether. We have like the foundation row, then you have oh my god, my brain is totally blanking. We have our going forward row and our pullback row, but that just describes the rows. But then you are doing your simple stitch and your knit stitch, your honeycomb stitch. So it is slightly different for Tunisian, but there will be times, especially when you're hearing someone describe how to do it, they'll describe it in comparison to stitches. You should do the HDC in the 3 loops, in the 3rd loops. I'm confused. Forward pass and back pass, thank you. Yeah, so you've got Tunisian simple stitch, Tunisian knit stitch, Tunisian purl stitch, and then hundreds of others, honestly. There's so many Tunisian stitches. Yeah, I don't understand what are you saying there. You should do the HDC in the 3 loops. So I yarn over, insert the hook, draw the loop through, and then go all the way through. All of them. All right, so what are we going? 2 1 2 again. Is that what you want? You want this again, Kim? Kim's the only one voting, you guys. If you want to, down with Kim and her stripy plans. Then you throw it in the chat. Tell me what's happening. Like, so Kim wants 2 1 2 again, except 2 pink, 1 grey, 2 pink, 1 grey. Which, yeah, I don't care that much, because quite often I'll just do them all in a solid colour because bored. Whatever. Crocheting. Fibonacci sequence. You stop that, Josephine Phillips. Dizzy's using a multicolour Karen cotton cake as it's the first one that she could grab out of the yarn tote. Well, then you don't need to mess around. You just get to go with the colours. That's awesome, Dizzy. Are you crocheting along with me? That's awesome. Alison says, I'm just starting to teach myself Tunisian, but just the thought that there are 2 different terminologies for the same stitch. I don't think it's as blatant in Tunisian as it is for standard crochet. You insert the hook into the 3rd loop on the back. Oh, hang on a second. Are you talking about this one here, grabbing that loop down the back there? So you've got your 2 loops at the top, 1 2, Are you talking about grabbing this little guy, like basically the, see, I like going through the back loop personally. But I don't know if I've done that before, so I'm gonna, Melissa Nunes has jumped in. 2x2 stripes, easy to carry the yarn along the sides. Is that a I don't know. I don't know. I haven't heard of that one that Kim's describing before. It's working into that third stitch at the back. She reckons it'll make it look like a knit stitch somehow. Like if you do a half double crochet into that back one, it'll look like a knit stitch. I'm going to check. I'm going to do a row of it. Let me have a look. So I do one chain and then, oh, hang on. If you want to do it into the back, it's that loop there. Hang on. Well, that's going to be hard, and I don't want hard today, Kim. I want easy. 2 grey, 2 pink. All right, let's do it. Bub's on the sewing machine, so she couldn't vote. So we've got how many votes for 2x2? We've got 1, 2, 3 for 2x2, 1 for 2, 1, 2, and then Fibonacci, which is not happening, by the way. I'm not doing Fibonacci, not today, but I am tempted to have a go with it another day. 2x2 for Gamer Widow. You guys are all awesome, by the way. So, because I quite like to work into the back loop and make, and then you get a nice line. Cakes by Chopper just wants to be different. 3 pink, 2 grey. Good job, Chops. More pink than grey. Grey is yuck. Grey is not yucky. I love grey, Chopper. I love grey. Grey makes all the colours pop. Yes, I'm crocheting with you today as this is my self-care for the day. Oh, that's awesome. All right, we got general 2x2. Okay, so I chain one up. Red isn't an option. No, I don't have any red cotton. I chain one up, and now for myself for today, for ease of just chatting, I'm just going to do straight half double crochets. Okay, I'm not doing any fancy stitches in this one. It's just straight half double crochets. So yeah, now you guys are all talking about this one. So are you talking about going into the one at the front here, or finding the like the one at the back? Because the one at the back is a butt face. It's like sideways. You're gonna have to go into it. Not heard of camel stitch. I'm gonna have to go and look at that. All right, I'm gonna do a couple of stitches. Oops, yarn over first, then go digging around for the rando stitch thing. I don't like it. I'm not doing it. I'll do it another day when I don't feel the pressure of cameras on my hands. I'm trying to do a suspended bind off on a Brunette shawl. Ooh, do you reckon? Oh, I don't know if that's a good idea while we're. Oh, it goes into the front third loop. So this one down here, that makes a lot more sense. All right, I'm gonna go pull back and I'm gonna try it. Okay, I want to see this stitch. I'm gonna learn something. So into the front third loop, because that looks much easier. Not on the first stitch, however. All right, just make sure I'm grabbing the right one. Oh, hang on a second. I'm botching it up left, right, and center, aren't I? Yarn over. Oh, okay. I screwed up the first stitch. My brain is like, what are we doing? Why are we doing this? It's hard. Stop doing hard things. You're monitoring a stream. You don't need to do all the hard things at the same time. There we go. Oh, it's amazing if you actually do enough yarn overs, how much easier it is. All right, let's look here. I'll do a few, and we'll have a squiz, and we'll see what we can see, and we'll have, oh, come on, dude, get in there. Why are you so difficult? Hang on, this one here doesn't want to play with me. Come on. Oops, did I miss a bit? No, I've got it all. Good, good, good. Okay. I mean, that's nice, but it's not gonna, oh, it gives us a stripe on one side, doesn't it? Yeah, I don't know how I feel about it. I'm gonna go back and just do what I want to do. And I'll look at this later. This is so stressful. It is stressful, Chopper. I'm going back to do the one I like, okay? Oh, now I'm going totally into the wrong spots because they're obvious. Okay, we're back into the groove. Oh, so much better. Such a baby. I will play with that other one another day. That does look good, and I like the idea of it, but not today. Okay, my brain cannot cope with live stream and a brand new stitch, but I do like the idea of it, sort of. Oh dear. So that's what I'm doing. Just a straight half double crochet all the way to the bottom of the jar. I actually quite like a half double crochet in a back loop. So I'm tempted to pull it back out and do that. I think I will. I like a half double crochet in a back loop. So we've done it in all the loops now. Don't even touch that, Chopper, honestly. Okay, so to work into your back loop, you look at your little V's and you just grab the back V. And it creates this little line in front of it. I'll do a couple. It's actually easier if you haven't done camel stitch than full half double crochets. So see how you get the little line, and then when you flip over, your line will be on the other side. Okay, there we go. You know when you just get into your jam and you're just like, yeah, this is how this works. This is how I normally do this. My body I just felt it just instantly relax once it realized, yeah, we're doing half double crochet through the back loop, or half trebles if you're in America. Half treble crochets. So, yeah. So what are you all working on? Let me know in the chat. Dizzy's working on this. Sorry, Dizzy, by the way. I'm just, if you've just tried all 3 versions by pulling them back, I hope you did your thing. Did you finish your second bag? I have not. I was working on some other stuff this weekend and I did not get to my sewing machine at all. Sally's dropped in a link for the camel stitch. Thank you, Sally. Half double crochet if you're in America. Half treble. Oh, sorry, Kim. Thank you. I do think in US crochet terms, honestly. I got it around the wrong way. Kim is correct. Excuse me. Half double crochet if you're in the US, and half trebles if you're in the rest of the world. Okay. Okay. All right. I feel good now, sort of. This morning, I did not make tea because I was like, no, it's too hot. I just want water. I am regretting this decision now. Somebody didn't finish the homework. No, I know. I ended up doing this other thing. Project for Awesome live stream on the Friday night instead of sewing. I think I made a good decision. It was a bit stressful. It was a bit chaotic. Leanne's doing a graph blanket in C2C. What picture are you doing, Leanne? Oh, when you get to the end stitch, I like to go through both loops. I don't go through back loops on the end stitch. I actually try not to do it in the first stitch. I don't mind so much, but the end stitch I do like to go through both. And then chain 1, turn, and do it again, and keep going. This is the song that never ends on... Oh, hang on. I nearly forgot to change colours because I've done 2 of this colour now. Oh dear. Okay, let's find the end of the grey. That's not the end. I don't know what the hell was that? That was, I've been bald badly and I've just shoved it in there so it didn't look like I was bald badly. Oh my gosh. What the? Seriously? That belongs in that layer. You stay away from me, evil grey. Alright. Hey, Holly Alderson. How you going? Yeah, I'll just do a cheetah chain. Make it long enough to weave that tail in later. What am I doing? Back loops. Yeah, back loops. Back loops rule the world. Bring that pink down. There we go. Cool, cool, cool. Alright. Just having a read through what everybody's working on at the moment. You made a great decision. Oh, thank you, Chopper. I agree with you 100%. Alison says, I'm practicing the Tunisian simple stitch on a basic asymmetrical shawl with 4-ply so I can get used to it and how large a needle I need so that it's not really compact. That's the trick with Tunisian. It really, really does get dense. So my general advice, and you won't know it until you're trying it because all yarns are different, then I would suggest, if you normally use a 4-ply, if you usually use a 4mm, try 6. So with a 4-ply, I would normally use a 3mm hook on a 4-ply, so I would try a 4.5 or a 5. But again, that's for me who crochets a little looser, so maybe drop it back like one size. Deb D. Oh, Deb, this is a tough one. What was your last phone? Historically, what was your last phone? Are you guys proud of me for not just going not Apple instantly? I do prefer Android phones. I like Samsungs. I like Google phones. But if you've had an Apple before, you're already in the Apple ecosystem. Changing ecosystems is always tricky. There's always stuff that you lose, and there's always things that you can't get back or can't do. So if you're on a Samsung before, what's making you consider an Apple? What's making you think that the Apple jump might be a good idea? Out of curiosity. Excuse me. Look at these Apple fanboys. Freaky's got hunger pains. See how, oh, I'll get this one out of the way. Move, Tunisian. We're not doing you today. See how we're getting the nice stripe? As it gets bigger, you'll have more stripe, and that creates a nice texture on your face. It's not too crazy. Dizzy says, I've done 2 half double crochet rows, now 1 camel row, and then back to, oh, good call, Dizzy. Utilizing both. Oops, only 1 chain for a half double. I went from Android to Apple, and I loved it. From Lindsay. Really? What made you jump, Lindsay? What made you decide to go Apple? Because Apple in Australia are ridiculously expensive, in my opinion. Cheers for Lindsay. But in saying that, I'm very much enjoying Clubhouse, which currently is an Apple-only app. So luckily I have my iPad. I'm just having a quick scroll through here, just seeing what everybody's working on. I think I only found out what a couple of you are doing. I know Kim doesn't do craft during Zooms because she's like hands-on modding. Lindsay, Android never had enough space. What did you have that would only let you have 2 or 3 apps? My phone's got like more space on it than my laptop does. It's got like a 512 gig space on my Samsung. Sally's not crafting either. You mods sacrifice so much for us. You're amazing. Yes, modding. That's what I'm doing. You make that sound like that's not what you're currently doing, Kim. Are you sewing? Are you getting things ready for your cricket retreat? We're like queen of the retreats here at the moment. So I've been having some really fun, exciting times. We still have 4 spaces available if you want to come to the Fiberific retreat. We've had some deliveries start arriving of the goodies that are going into a goodies bag, and I am so excited and can't wait to give them out to you all. Oh, I'm not sewing. I should be getting retreat stuff sorted. Do we want to know? Kathy says, I had a Samsung, then got an Apple. 2 days later, I went back to Samsung. I now have an Apple because I have a MacBook Air and an iPod, and my daughter and husband have Apple. It just makes it easier for us. Yeah, and like that's the thing, isn't it? You may have preferences, but if you are like an iMessage family or something like that, then it does make it easier. We have mixed devices in our home because Abby is all in on Apple, which she pays for herself because I ain't paying for that. So yeah, I still feel weird enough that I've got an iPad, honestly. That to me feels odd enough. Well, you know what? Carrying the yarn would have been easier if I had bothered to carry the yarn. Honestly, I totally forgot. I didn't even loop it. That's going to be yucky. Can I loop it up a little at least for that last stitch? Just to make it less hideola. Oh my god, worst crocheter ever. Get that in there. Bring the yarn up. Pull it up. There we go. Oh, oh, oh. I mean, it's less hideous. I mean, I wouldn't do a dance about it or talk to anyone about that. Hang on. Let me just do this thing here where I make it less hideola. Okay. I mean, that's not ideal, but it'll do in a pinch. Next time we will do better. Okay. Kathy says, I don't have the Apple Watch. I went for the Garmin. Okay. Game Winner says, shoot, I need to get my swag items sorted for you. Yes, please. If you are watching and you have offered up loot bags or gift bag goodies, if you could pop those in the post, that would be awesome. Then we can get those started planning, and I can work out how many more things I need to make it so I'm happy with the goodie bags that everybody's getting. Rebecca Nelson has just started up the wood stove, finishing cooking dinner for the parents and trying to warm up. Yes, I'm not surprised. It sounds bitterly cold. What am I doing? Oh my gosh. Thanks for not telling me that I wasn't working through the back loop, you lot. Good bunch of mates. Good bunch of mates. It's alright. I fixed it. I don't need you. I fixed it. Spanish Chick says, aren't you going to single crochet around it anyway? Look, I wasn't gonna because I'm lazy, but I think I will now because I'm not super happy with how this carrying is going to work. Because I don't usually carry any yarn when I'm making these, because I either do single row stripes or I do just solid colors. Holly says, my parents and siblings have Apple and it constantly bugged me about switching, but I'm a Samsung Android girl. There was mention of a border last week. This one's going to get a border. This one will have an edging for sure. Even though it's looking really sweet, I didn't do the chain bottom through the back loop, so it's curling up. But the edges actually look amazing on this one. I'm really happy with it. I could probably get away without it, considering it's just for my bunch of family. I was too busy correcting my own mistake. Fair enough, Fanfare. Fair enough. Do I have the whole lip? I do. Yes. Excellent. Yeah, I don't know about the Samsung Apple thing. It's really good. It's a personal preference. Yeah, it really is a personal preference of what you like. I mean, if you want to try an Apple, An Apple phone's a good way to go about it. I was going to say, oh, what have I done there? I've bodged something up. Let me just go back and fix that. Yesterday afternoon, I wanted to get this guy done, the Tunisian, and I kept missing stitches at the end of the row. So I had to keep pulling out like entire sections, and it was doing my head in, honestly. Hang on, here we go. Alrighty, I think I fixed. What the problem is I split the stitch in the previous row, and I had to sort of work in it in such a way that made it look less crap. Because if this was going out to somebody or like a gift or something like that, I would have pulled it back and fixed it properly like a proper person does. But no, it's for me. So I'm just like, yeah, let's fudge that. Fudge it up. Fudge it up. So yeah, got to get the fudging happening. Alright, so this week has been a fun and interesting week here. First thing is, we got the couch. Oh, there it is. The couch is over there, and I put a blanket on it, and I put pretty lights. It's just the same jars that we had on the table. They're just laid down. You know, so we did that, and that meant that I had to rejiggy all the things to make it pretty. I don't know what happened with the microphone, honestly. I didn't do anything to that. The only thing I can think of is that I did use it to connect to a Zoom call, and I used it to connect to something else, but I didn't unplug it or anything. I don't know. I reckon if I rebooted OBS, it would be great, but that would cancel the stream. So can't do that right now. Oh, hang on. Yeah, alright. I'm doing good. It's okay. It's nothing to see here. My brain was like, don't forget to carry the yarn, but I'm on the wrong side to carry it. I was going to come and lounge on the couch, but I didn't want to be on camera that much. Well, I mean, the advantage is if I stay in double, like, I'm just going to drop up to single camera. I'm like, I could move over and just be all like this. Ugh. I can block an entire couch except for your little head poking out. I mean, that could happen. Wiggle back over. I could have done a linked half double crochet. I could have. I've been practicing the link stitches. They're fun. The rain is back, but where would I put my laptop? We could get you like a stable table from out in the house, and you could rest your laptop on your stable table. Or you could go over and sit over there if you want. You could sit right here. There's another chair. Hey, just saying. The rain here has been crazy today. Like, I thought the rain yesterday was insane, but today it is just like it just pelts down. Just absolutely pelts down. Oh, look, there's another. Can you see here how there's like that little side loopy bit? It just means that when I did the stitch, I didn't quite have it all. And it's got a loose bit now. That's right. I can live with that. When I do link stitches, it's really tight, says Kathy. I mean, for me, it's probably tighter than my usual crochet, but it's not like redonkulously tight or anything like that. So, yeah. So I have a question for you all. Are you ready for it? I have got a couple of ideas to do videos with. Have I dropped a stitch on it yet? Hang on a second. I have. Look at this. Look at that. I nearly did it again too. Lucky I spotted it. I was just about to turn and realized, hang on a second, there's still heaps here. Hang on, I've just got to Carry up the grey. And then I'll ask the question. I promise I won't forget. I just got to do a thing. Doing a thing. No, that's wrong. Get in there we go. Doing a thing. Alright, drop the pink. Pick up the grey. Do a chain. Give it a tweak. Okay, so now that I'm happy with where I am, link stitches are Tunisian. Surprise! Yeah, they are definitely a form of Tunisian, aren't they? Laptops are not designed to go on your laps, just so you know. The fans are all underneath, and if it's on your lap, your legs block the fans and therefore overheat your laptop and make it go. So yeah, I don't recommend laptops on your lap. Laptops need a surface that could then possibly be put on your lap. They're lightweight. I need water, hang on. Okay, question time. What is your favorite cotton? Put it in the chat. Like, we've all talked about my favorite cottons. What are your favorite cottons? And do you like using cotton for face washes, or do you have another preference? I would love to hear that in the chat here. Have to make cottage pie now. My son is home with the flu and his favorite comfort food. Oh, you're a good mum. My daughter's home from school and I'm like, there's the kitchen. Make a sandwich. Do something. Jeez, I hope she's not listening in and be all like, Mum, come and make me honey soy chicken. It's my favorite. Game Widows hates working in cotton. Okay, fair enough. Have you hated all cotton, or is there a particular one that you worked with that you were just like, yep, nope? Oh, there we go. I'm trying to keep an eye on the chat and my stitches, because I would like to get this one done today. We're already an hour in, and I'm like only like this many rows done. That's not enough rows for a face washer. I'll tell you something that I think is interesting. The chat is more up to date on my iPad than it is here on my computer. So Kathy says for face cloth, she likes nurturing fibers. There you go. And is that their pure cotton, or is that their cotton bamboo blend? Sally's not a fan of cottons much. Holly says, I just made a face scrubby with paint box cotton. Ooh, I haven't tried that cotton. Is it nice? Knit Picks Dishy for dishcloths and Bendigo for garments. Is Dishy a firmer cotton? I've got to order some. I'm going to do some... That's a funny noise. I've got to do some Knit Picks yarn trials, so I'm going to order some. Kelly says, I love working with Bendigo Woolen Mills cotton. It's so easy to buy and to use. Kathy says she doesn't use much cotton. Game Widow says it's a tactile thing. She'll weave with it, but just not knit or crochet with it. Okay. I'd say cotton only. All right, Kathy, thank you. I think I've got one of their blends coming for a top. I have to check. I just sort of really liked the colour, so I went with the colour. Spanish Chick said, yeah, and the video is usually ahead by a few seconds if she's watching the live on the laptop and an iPad. Really? That's so bizarre. Stacey says, yes, it is firmer, the Dishy. People weave tea towels with it. Okay, I like weaving tea towels. Freaky Geek says, got 3 pairs of earrings done. What are you making earrings out of, Freaky? Did I miss some conversation somewhere? Kim says, I don't make face cloths, I have a billion toweling ones. Fair enough. We had a lot, and they've slowly died over the years, so rather than buy more, I just make them now. Spanish Chick says, someone told me that there's less processing for the app than the browser. That's interesting. I didn't know that. What have I done here? That looks hinky. Oh, there you go. I just hadn't pulled the stitches. All right. Leanne says, I've not tried a lot of brands, but I love heirloom cotton. I think heirloom's also milled in Bendigo. I think Bendigo Woolen Mills makes all the heirloom products down in their mill. So, yeah. They have some nice colours. Kim doesn't know if it's true. It would make sense if it was true, because the apps do process differently than browsers and stuff, but it is a little odd, isn't it, that they're just a little bit different. Chintamani says her laptop, her Samsung phone, and her tablet all have slightly different lags. Wow. I didn't really notice it from my phone so much, but then I didn't watch the chat on my phone. It was more just to keep an eye on the swirly, because that's how I tell if there's a problem for everybody, is if my device gets swirly because it's not connected to the same internet as that I'm streaming from, then I know that there's a problem that will affect more people. Isn't this bizarre? Just that the different devices brings through the streams at different times. I know that I'll tell you something that's really weird, is we can have 2 televisions on in our house at the same time and on the same channels, and there's a lag between the 2 televisions. You can be standing, there's a spot in the house, like it's our dining room, where you can see the TV from our bedroom and the lounge room, and they're a good few seconds apart. Like I'm talking 10 to 15 seconds. So yeah, it's bizarre. Kim says that she loves the colours of mercerized cotton, but not the texture. Yeah, mercerized cotton's a bit firmer, isn't it? I definitely do prefer the softer cottons. Yeah. Sally says that happens with the TV lag as well. I just figure it must be that they're on different, like the AV ports or whatever they're running on is different. Takes longer for the signal to get to the slower TV. I actually think the TV in the lounge room, which is the newer, bigger TV, takes longer, but it's also a lot further away from the whatchamacallit. There's a word, my brain won't give it to me. Antenna. That's the word I'm looking for. Flip, switch to pink, drop the grey. Oh, Dizzy says the 2 DC rows and the 1 camel row pattern keeps swapping where the bump row is. That would be frustrating. Well, I've got some nice lines happening here that I'm loving. Can you guys see those nice and clearly? They're textured as well, which is great. Rebecca says, I worked with cotton in years. So I'm assuming she means she hasn't worked with cotton in years. The last time I made a dish or face wash almost 10 years ago. Wow. Oh, excuse me. Dizzy saying, I think if I was doing a scrubby, I'd do 1 row half double crochet, 1 row camel, so the bumps would be on the same size. Yeah, sometimes you just got to play with things until you work it out. And that's one of the things I love about face washes. Is it's like a swatch, because it's a similar size as a good size swatch, but it's done, and you can use it for something. It has a purpose. It's not just a thing to measure. It's like you can measure it and look at it and get an idea of the stitch, but you can also then be like, okay, it's weaving the ends. This project is done. Face washes are one of my Crojo helpers. So when I've lost my crafting mojo, I'll make face washes. I'll just go and pick a stitch dictionary, open it up to a random page, and just stitch. Because sometimes the problem I have with the Crojo is that I get so stuck on what should I work on. It's not I don't feel like doing anything. It's nearly like when you go into Netflix and you can't choose what you want to watch. So it's a similar sort of idea. So I find that if I just open up a stitch dictionary and go, yep, That's the one. Unless it's something, and then my brain will go, that won't work as a face washer. So I'll flick again. And then it'll be like, yep, okay, that one. We don't have Rabbit anymore, Freaky Geek. No, we don't. We've all our television signals here are digital. So no analog television in Australia anymore. It's been shut down, I believe. But we still have antennas on our roof. Just not little rabbit ears on our televisions. So, oh, okay. So I spotted that I split that one. So I'm going to pull that one back so it's not an issue later. So I was thinking about what we're going to make next week on live stream. Do you have any suggestions? I would love any ideas that you have. I'd love to know, because I'd like to make things that you guys are interested in, not just things that I'm interested in. I mean, I got to kind of like it a bit. Like, I'm not going to lie. I need to like it a little bit at least. So, you know, remember that, Kim. Did Freaky just age himself by talking about bunny ears? We only went digital in Australia in the last 10 years. Like, we had to put a digital antenna on this house, and we've only been in it for 12 years. A sewing live stream? No, we can't do sewing in our live crafting chats. I'm going to try and get those bags done this week, like this weekend. I don't have anything booked in. Stacey said our old Rabbity TV blew up this week. Oh, that's so sad. Freaky's gonna be back. Awesome, Freaky. Thanks for letting us know. Sewing is craft. I'm telling Kyle you said that. No, I can't sew on live streams because the sewing machine will rattle the table and it's very loud. If you think the air conditioner is loud, the sewing machine's way louder. I don't have the sound set up for it. So, I don't want to use my sewing machine for a live stream because it's very noisy. And hopefully all my sewing projects will be done. Well, not all of them, but the bag will be done. I actually went onto Kylie, like Little Moo Designs website, and I went and bought her, you can buy acrylic templates for some of her patterns. So if you make something and realize, I really like this and I think I'm going to make like 11,000 of them, you can actually buy the acrylic template to cut around instead of having to cut around the paper. So I picked up the acrylic template for both the social stitches, which is our big one, and I picked up the acrylic template also for the little the Zen one. Dizzy wants an Easter project. What's that rattling sound you're hearing? That's my air conditioner, Rebecca. It's very loud. I'm so sorry. Easter projects. I love Easter projects. So, Louis update is that he does not agree that yarn is not a toy. We have had many a discussion about it. And he said, fine, then I'll eat the fibre then. And so we had to have another discussion that fibre is just as bad as yarn and you can't eat that either. He also does not agree with that. He thinks I am too bossy and just goes and eats all the things. So we're having to start closing doors in the house so he doesn't eat the things. Can you make 1,000,000 Easter bunny egg holders? No. No, Kim, I'm not doing your job. I am a mean mum. I'm the worst mum in the world. Snowy and Louie and Abby will all attest to that. I'm a mean mum. You're a mean one. Oh, come on, Hook. I was reading the chat. Can we make a chicken themed thing or a bunny? I'll have a look. I'll see what I can rustle up. And if I can't rustle up something Eastery, what other suggestions have you got, just in case? Because I'd love a few ideas, and then I can start planning for future weeks as well. Because I felt really good with myself knowing that this was what I was going to do. It's not my job. I'm going to teach people how to do it. Kim, if you want to run your class on me or your tips and tricks on me, let me know and I'll set aside a day for it. And you can come over here and we can cricket up a storm. And I can let you know how it goes and also learn some stuff. I like the idea of the Easter project. I do. I've just got to find something that I can do legally. That's the catch. I've got to find out, you know, because I'm not a designer, you guys, and so I don't design things myself. I think designers have amazing skill sets that I don't necessarily have. So if I'm going to be doing a pattern, I need to have time to go and get permission from the designer. So yeah, I'll go and send some emails and see what they say, that sort of thing. And if they say yes, I'll put it into the fun zone and we can start making sure we've all got supplies together and we can make it a bit of a craft along. Yep, flip. We're getting there. What time are we at? 20 past. We still need, we're only about halfway there, just over halfway. Oh, she's going rogue again. There is a bunny you can make from crochet knitted squares. I've seen that one. That one's cute. Oh, nope, I only want one chain, not two. Yeah, there's some great suggestions, you guys. I'm gonna... Leanne, if you can send me a DM of the little pocket rabbit so I can have a look at it, that would be fantastic. I know where to look for the little other one. Unless someone wants to throw me a link to make my life easier. That would be gravy. So yeah, we've got some fun things coming up. Had some stuff arrive for a secret project I'm working on. Secret squirrels. So that will be fun as well. That's going to be for a pre-record video. So I've got, well, it's going to be for a couple of pre-record videos, not just one. But yeah, it's going to be cool fun. It's going to be cool bananas. And we'll see how that goes. Yeah. And then what else have we got on? There's so many things that are coming up. Honestly, you guys, I am starting to feel a little overwhelmed. I've got MLCs to get out. I've got the events to work on. All the I'm teaching at the Yarn Bowl. Is it next weekend or the weekend after? I think it's the first weekend of March. I'll have to double check the actual dates. I know which weekend it is. So yeah, I will definitely. So I'm going to be making that's a knitting workshop. So it's a beginner knitters. We're going to be doing throwing knitting instead of continental. So that'll be different. So this week I'm getting back into the old ways of before I changed to continental. It's 11:28 on the SES clock. Well, I think your SES clock's off because it's 11:21 here on three different clocks. So yeah. Oh, dude, just so you know, you're teaching on the Saturday, not the Sunday. Oh, okay. I thought I was teaching on the Sunday for some reason. I'll double check that. That would be weird if I don't show up. Oh, hang on. I didn't carry the yarn up. Hang on. In we go. In we go. In it goes. Bleep. Turn. Pink. Chain. I don't want this side to get too tight. So what I'm doing is, as I'm carrying it up, which I'm not super happy with, I'm pulling it so that it's not too tight. 11:27 on my Samsung, and it's always fast. I have to check. My Samsung's over poking out the window to get us the best 5G that we can get. This light is... Oh, don't do that. I might just turn the light down a dash. It's very bright on my eyeballs. Let's not move the camera. Oh, it's moved now. Hang on. Bring in the yarn. I shouldn't have touched it. All I could think of was pushing the light out of my eyes. Rebecca's learning the Norwegian style of knitting. That's cool. Yarn bowl. What? Dizzy, I'm teaching a beginner's knitter class at the yarn bowl at Banyo. So, you know, there's that. I'm not sure if it's already booked out or not. I think it is. It was due to COVID, we had to really limit the numbers, which was a little sad, but totally understandable. There we go. I scooped up that dodgy one. I adore the Norwegian pearl. It's the only one that makes sense. Wow, okay. I've done the Norwegian pearl. I like it. I don't know if it's my favourite though. It's sold out. Okay, Spanner Chick, thank you. I thought it was. The message I got said that it was. Continental, the knit, and Norway. Wow, that was chunky. Air conditioner. That sound like, I don't know what that sounded like actually. It was just a really random loud noise. Yeah, so that one's sold out. I'll be teaching at the Crochet Guild of Australia's convention. Or conference. It's not convention. So when those come up, I'll be teaching a Tunisian crochet class. If you weren't here last week, I've got the sample here. We'll be making a Tunisian crochet washcloth in Tunisian entrelac using a standard hook. You don't need a Tunisian hook for that. And also it'll be a spindling class, and how to use a drop spindle or supported spindle, more drop spindle. Spanner Chick says, do I get paid for being your secretary? No. I'm sorry. Not this week. Oh, here comes the rain again, you guys. Terrifying much. Oh, split it. What's the difference between a conference and a convention? I don't know, honestly. I'm sure there is a difference. But they do call it a conference. Yeah, I don't know what the difference between the two is. So a convention has no presentations? Well, conventions do, though. They have, like, lots of people on stage. Like, I consider all of the not VidCons, what do you call them? Where are the geeky people come? They have Doctor Who, and all the actors are on stage talking and having presentations. I thought they were conventions. Like, oh my gosh, my brain won't give it to me. Comic-Con! That's it, it's Comic-Con. Thank you, Freaky Geek. I thought they were conventions. And they have heaps of presentations. A conference is a meeting for consultation, education, exchange of information, and discussion with formal agenda. Convention, a formal meeting of members. Wow, the rain has gotten so heavy. I'm just double checking it's not. That's really heavy. A formal meeting of members, representatives of. Well, maybe Supernova and Comic-Con should be conferences, not conventions. Gosh. I didn't... Thank you, Spanner Chick. I've learned something. I thought the con stood for convention. Yeah. Maybe the con should stand for conference. It's really loud rain. It really is so very loud. I feel like I'm having to like yell. It's so loud. It's so loud. Oh gosh. I mean, it's not like we don't need the rain though. We definitely need the rain. I don't want to complain about it. But I had to change shirt in here because I carried my shirt in a bag so that I didn't have rain-covered shirt. Kim says, I guess it's based on whether there is education involved. I mean, that's true. But at Comic-Con, they have like costume people running workshops on how to use different foams and different things to make the costumes. That's education, right? I don't know. Anyway, Crochet Guild is a conference and I've got 2 workshops there. So once I know more details, I'll let you all know because I'll only run if enough people book into them. So, which makes total sense. So we'll just have to make sure we get enough people booked into them. So once we get some more information, which we don't have yet. But they are workshops rather than the overall theme of the event. I mean, that's true. Oh, hang on. Am I up to changing colours again? Oh my goodness. That row seemed to just go really fast. So fast that I forgot to carry the grey. There we go. And grab the grey, drop the pink, and twist. But yeah, once we have more information, I'll let you know what's going on. At this stage, I believe my workshops will be running in the afternoons on different days. Luckily not on the same afternoon or the same day. Freaky Geek says you'll get quite the workout if everyone you know shows up. Yeah, it would be insanity, but it is in Queensland, so that, you know, narrows the field. It'll be fun. It'll be a good time. Yeah. So we're going to be doing some support spindling, not support spindling, sorry, just spindling on Turkish spindles. We're going to be using the Mardracraft spindles. So I'll have a class set of like to use on the day, and then we're going to make our face washer. And you don't have to book into everything. You can choose one. You can choose none and just come and have a look around. There's also the Teach the Teachers as well, which is another part of the conference. I think is interesting. Yeah, I reckon another couple of I reckon end with the pink and this one's done. Yeah, because it's squared was back there. Oh no, what am I doing? Square is there. Yeah, end with the pink and we're done. Woohoo! I'm so excited. So excited. Yeah, have any of you been to a crafting convention before of any shape, form, fashion, or description? Leanne wants to know if we get a toe gauge of the rain reading. So that's a joke. After our Zoom chat on Tuesday, I stepped outside the door here and it had been raining during the Zoom, and I was like, wow, look at it. I sent a photo and someone was like, oh, how many mils is that? So I literally measured the side of my toe as to where the water had gotten up to. I mean, I could do that again. Maybe. I don't know. It depends on how bucketing it is when I finish. Sally says I've only been to conferences because everything was free for me to go to. Kathy says, no conferences for me, they're too far away. Freaky says, not me, scared of crowds. Oh, and it wasn't craft related. Oh, no, craft conferences or events or anything like that where, you know, you could do a little workshop. So even those craft alives and things like that count. Because they're little, they're not so much conferences, but they are yarn crafting events. Craft Alive I would consider as technically a trade show, but I mean, I'm not going to rule them out. There's lots of little things. I did tons of little workshops at the last Craft Alive I went to. And there's one on this weekend down at the Gold Coast. I don't think I'm going to go though, but there is one on. So if you're at Gold Coast way and you've got time on your hands, so was not doing the right stitch then. Go back, fix it up. When will they, or have they already got the classes on offer? For the Crochet Guild, they have not got anything out just yet. It's all coming soon, I think. Yeah, I've not seen anything come through yet. I've seen what classes are on offer, and it looks fun, so keep an eye out for it. Sally says there was one for hubby's work. The first one we went to was in Fiji, so how could I say no? I mean, hello, absolutely. Holly says I've been to CHA, which is a craft and hobby trade show where they have lots of classes. That sounds fun. Oh, I split the stitch again, like a womble. I am a womble, wombling along, not crocheting correctly because I'm reading the chat. A crafting event for me is when I go to Hirschner's. It's about half a mile. Hirschner's. Is that a craft store? Just out of curiosity, because I don't know what Hirschner's is. My brain instantly went to Hershey's, and then I was like, no, Chantel, it's nearly lunchtime. I know you're hungry. I know you're trying to be a good girl and not eat snacks. And so I had my yogurt, and now I want my lunch, and my tummy's like, chocolate, eat the chocolate. Would a Craft Yarn Council event count 3 days on the sunny coast years ago? Yeah, it would. Dizzy, were you in that? Like 15 years ago. It was like 10, 15 years ago. Craft Yarn Council of America. Because I was in that. It's not March here yet, and they cancelled everything that gathers the large crowds for June and July. So many shops will suffer without tourists. Yeah, they have a retail store and it's a craft distributor. Okay, good to know, Kathy. I'm thinking of the one with Arnetta Kenny. Dizzy? She was the instructor who came out for it. Dizzy saying I helped organise the national conference for this year for the Home Economics Institute of Australia. That sounds fun. Alrighty. I need to balance this out to end on the pink. They ship internationally. Do they now? I might have to have a look. Oh, no. Yes, hang on. Pink. Chantel, grab the colours before you grab the yarn. Switch over, grab the grey, pull it through. And then snip the grey. Bam. I'll weave that in after. Turn and chain. Oops, I think I pulled it a little tight. Hang on. Because I like a little bit of stretchy give on the sides. I like it to stretch the same amount as the other side. Okay. Yeah, we don't have too many craft events here that aren't like one of those stitches and craft shows or Intercraft. And I'm not the biggest fan of their business practices, so I don't tend to go to them anymore. Yeah, 10 years ago with Jenny King, I was there. I did both the crochet and the knit. Isn't that weird? Been to quite a few, but since they stopped coming to North Queensland, the southern vendors couldn't handle the heat. Yeah, I can imagine. I could imagine that they couldn't handle the heat. Does Craft Alive go further up north? I know they'll go as far as Toowoomba, but I thought they did Rockhampton as well for some reason. I could be wrong. But yeah, I thought they went to Rockhampton. Maybe that's not far enough north, because that's not that far north, really. I shopped at the Shepparton Fibre Fest and some Craft Alive. I'm doing the felting on Saturday's Craft Alive at the Gold Coast. That'll be fun. That'll be fun. Do you know what kind of felting you're going to be doing? I put a link for Hirschner's International in the fun zone. Thank you, Kathy. I'm going to go and check it out. Oh, they do Townsville and Cairns. That's super far north. I'm assuming you're talking about Craft Alive here, Kim. So that is very far. Oh, that's just the air conditioner blowing the notepad. Yeah, 10 years ago, the lady from the States, 3-day crochet. You lot stayed at the hotel. I stayed at the YHA. I didn't stay at the hotel. I stayed at a motel down the road. 3 days knitting. Oh yeah, I did the knitting and the crochet because I was there for 7 days. So you would have seen the dude, the man with all the crochet clothes that he wore to every single day. I can't remember his name, but gosh, he left an impression. But yeah, I was there for that. And turn. I don't know why I tell myself and turn every time. It's a thing. It's a thing, okay? It's just a thing. I'll have to see if I can dig out some photos of that event. That was fun. I learnt so much that weekend. And Arnetta is just gold. And she was picking on me because I really struggle with yeah, I really struggle with the whole free-forming thing. Apparently Jenny was impressed that I had a different crochet top on each day of a Logan Craft Alive. Yeah, well, because a lot of people don't wear their makes, like I don't, usually, because I'm already overheated in a t-shirt. Oh, they don't do it anymore, Bub, so it was Craft Alive that came up. That's so disappointing. You know, I cut off the grey thinking I was going to border in pink. But because I've got pink edges, I probably should have bordered in grey. Actually, I'm looking at this. I'm not going to border. I don't think. For my face, I don't care that much. Oh no, they've changed to US and Canada only. That's right, Kathy. Don't delete it. I'll go and have a look anyway. And they could be just changed to US and Canada just during COVID. A lot of US-based companies aren't shipping outside of the US at the moment, but they will go back to it later, I think. I think it's sheet felting. It'll be fun. I think it's all about joining in. I agree with you. I had so much fun last time. What did I make? We made fairies out of tulle stuff. We made the paw paint things. They were great. And I did the crochet class with, I can't think of her name, where I did it was a hoop and it was a mandala. Oh my gosh, she's lovely. I follow her on Instagram. I bought her book. I can't think of her name. What's her name? Somebody tell me her name. She had her set up at the Crochet Australia stand. I also did the little neck thing, the neck crochet thing at the Crochet Guild stand. I feel like I'm missing something. I got picked on for broomstick. I love freeform. I love broomstick. All right. Okay, we've done all of that. We've got endy bits to weave in. This is our, yeah, look, look at that. You can see, like that. It looks great. It looks fine. Nothing to worry about. Come up closer and you can definitely see where I carried the yarn. I might have to do an edging of some description. It's not very square, but it's a good size anyway. Sally knows the name but can't think of it either. Oh, Kim did magic. What magic did you do? No, it wasn't Shelley. Not Prudence. She's got black hair. Oh, that's right, Leanne. Watch the pool painting. It was so fun. Like, I actually bought paint for Abby. She's done a few of them now as well. Craft magic. Yeah, the hoop mandala. Loopy stitch. Loopy stitch. Is that it? I can't. Yeah, I think it's Loopy Stitch. She was such a good teacher and she was so nice. Highly recommend if you ever get the opportunity to do a class with her. Yes, Emily, Loopy Stitch. Yes, that's her. We've worked it out. Yay, my brain can stop being all worried now. I was watching poor painting, but I can't help but think so much gets wasted. Well, this was the thing. When they were teaching us how to do it, they were talking about how much gets wasted. And they actually told us to use less paint. They were like, there's no reason that you need this much paint for such a small picture. You only need this much. Some people don't agree, but we think with patience, you only need this much. So we had a lot less wastage. There was still wastage, I won't lie. But it was nowhere near as much as some of the paint pours I've seen on YouTube. Have you seen the guy who does the one where he puts the paint on it and has some sort of electric drill on it and then spins it with this drill that he's got a special setup on the back of it and it just spins out and creates this amazing effect? Yeah, the Loopy Stitch lady. She's on hiatus, is she? Oh. I mean, I get it. Sometimes we all need a break. And she's got kiddlywinks. Kim wants to do one on a Lazy Susan. Well, I recommend moving that Lazy Susan out of doors beforehand. What have I done wrong here? Oh, I split the stitch. So I've been watching Star Trek Next Generation this week. I just needed something like comforting that I knew, and that was it. What do you watch when you just want something that you know that you enjoy and that you just don't have to think about it? This is the worst edging in the world, by the way. I will not be doing a close-up. Just so you know. I'm just stabbing in wherever the hook can fit because I don't need exactly the same number anywhere. I've been hearing now and then you're not doing it right if you don't make a mess. Yeah. Sally's rewatching the Vampire Diaries. I never saw the Vampire Diaries, but they were very popular. Holly likes watching The Big Bang Theory. That show's so funny. That's like when it first came out, I was on the couch every week just waiting for it and just laughing so hard through so many episodes. Oh, here comes the rain again. It's sounding very windy out there now too. Yay, joy. I hope that Tim's shut the windows. Kathy, Midsummer Murders, I've watched so many times. Kathy, you and me both love Midsummer Murders. And I don't care if I've seen it so many times. I'm like, yeah. Do you have a favourite Barnaby? I like Tom. Tom Barnaby is my favourite. The other guy is good, but not, you know, I don't know if you lagged. I mean, I am running a 5G and it's a massive weather event happening, so it could be bad on my end. I don't know. Sykes! Oh dear. Dizzy's just starting to watch Bridgerton. I've still got a couple of episodes of Bridgerton to go. I'm like, it's not bad. I sat down and I did struggle through the first couple of episodes, and I was like chatting to some friends, and I'm like seriously, does it get better than this? And they're like, yep. I can't tell you what happened to Tom. You've got to watch. I'm not giving you a spoiler. John said massive... Oh, John, welcome to the chat. Massive weather event happening here soon. Snow. We just got rain. We don't have any snow. Sykes was such a good dog. Yeah. Oh, who dropped a spoiler? Geez, Sally. Good job. Spoiler warning. I mean, asking which is your favourite Barnaby is probably not spoilery enough. Rebecca hasn't watched much TV. I normally watch a lot of streaming services rather than the actual television decides for me TV. So, I mean, every now and again, I'll watch it on TV. Like if I turn it on and it's on. Like last night, not kidding, I was getting ready for bed, came out to turn off the television. Like I went, because I was going to go and have a shower. And there's Indiana Jones. And I was just like, I just sort of sat down with like all my clothes and everything ready for my shower. And I just sat there. And my husband's come out and he's like, I thought you just came out to turn all this off. Have you had your shower yet? And I've looked at him and he goes, what are you doing? And I'm like, Indiana Jones is on. And I'm like, I sat there through ad breaks and everything. John's late. Working on an old AM radio before chat, so you have to talk for an extra hour now. You wish, mate. You wish. Totes not happening. I'm going in 10 minutes. 10 Minuten. I don't think... I mean, I've got... Midsummer Murders is on one of the streaming services here. I think it's on Netflix. I can't remember which one. It's on something. It's also on ABC TV in Australia, and it's also on one of the Channel 9 networks. You'll go when we say you can go. I've got the button. I could just be like, end stream. I'm out. Have you been liking all this Time Chopper, or did you go away and come back? Okay, I've nearly finished my ugly face washer. Oh, you fell asleep. Aww. I can't believe how many sidekicks I got through. I know, so many. I think my favourite was the first one. What's his name? Dan Casey. What's his character's name? I love that he couldn't drive. I thought that was just the bee's knees. But I think Ben Jones is probably my favourite of all of them. Oh, Clubhouse has messed up my sleeping pattern. I'm really trying to be really good with Clubhouse and not just sit on it, because it's so easy to do. But yesterday afternoon, because I was crocheting, I tell you what, guys, Netflix on my big screen sitting here, sitting back on the couch. This chair dropped right to its lowest, perfect footstool height. crochet, dog, and Clubhouse. That was how I spent 2 hours yesterday afternoon, just listening to Clubhouse. Any ideas for the edge? I'm just doing a single crochet edge, but you could totally do a crab stitch edge. That would look amazing. I think crab stitch would give it a really nice bit of definition as well. So yeah, I think crab stitch. I'm actually like sitting here looking at this now, tempted to go, and because you've got a single crochet before you crab stitch anyway, so I'm seriously considering keep going and add the crab stitch to it. But I don't know, I'm not that fussy when it comes to these face washes, just because they're not for anyone but me. Hey, Two Arctic Wolves, how you going? Welcome to the chat. Oh, Troy, that was it. That's Dan Casey. That's the first one. He was really good. I can't crab. There's a variation of a crab stitch where you actually just twist your hook around and keep going forward. I think Leanne told me about it off the top of my head. It's like it was bizarre. So I can't remember how you do it. But you inserted your hook and like twisted it around, and then I don't know. There's a way. There's a cheater way to crab stitch, but I just crab stitch. Do twisted single crochet if you can't crab stitch. There you go. What Kim said, but I just crab stitch. I didn't say my crab stitch was any good, by the way. This cotton doesn't sit nicely to be crab stitched, to be honest. I think I'm just going to leave it and call it done. Bink. Look at that. If I had some chibis out here, I'd weave in the ends and I'd be finished. Look at this. We did it. I've got a few ends to weave in. Some of them I crocheted over like a naughty person, but I'll weave them back the other way. Don't panic. And look at that. It's a good hand size for my little hand. We've got nearly 17 by 19. So yeah, it's not a square. But if I do this enough, stretch it. Oh look, it's squarer. Oh, look at that. Oh. Dizzy, if your screen is fuzzy, you need to refresh or double check. Oh, there you go. Look, now it's 18.5 by 17.5. Let's do this. Yeah, look at that. Perfect. 18 by 18. Yes. She's got like 27 rulers. She comes out here every now and again and goes, that's my ruler. And I'm like, well, go and get me one of the ones that you've got in your bedroom then. And they've all got a name on them. I'm not going to buy myself one. So anyway, that's my face washer. I shall wash my face. So yeah, it's this big. It's nice. It feels good. I like the little texture. The texture is good. I do. I like the texture. Do you get... Oh gosh, I just read that and just had to stop reading it. Bring my water closer. Okay, so we have got we've got some plans, some sneaky, quick, crafty projects, because this took 2 hours to get that finished while I was chatting. Probably not quite 2 hours, and also technically it's not finished because look at all these ends. Which is actually not that many ends considering how many times we changed colours. Anyway, Dizzy will have less ends because she did it all in one colour. Sally says, I had an awesome metal ruler that I used for school. No idea what I've done with it. I had one as well. Big, long 40cm one. It was fantastic. I know what happened to mine though. I got confiscated because I hit someone with it. because he was being a butt face. And he kept flicking my bra strap. So I hit him with my ruler. So I got in trouble for hitting him with my ruler. John's got to chart 3 on his queen. Good job, John. Good job. Wow. My queen's come back out to the living room of my house. I mean, I'm still haven't worked on it. She says as she slides under the table. I'm still in chart 1. Oh, I don't know why I thought I would be able to finish it. I never finish anything. Is there 3 or 4 charts on a queen plus the border? I don't know. I love it. I think it's a beautiful blanket, but it got too hot for me to work with it. Game Widow's lunch has arrived. My lunch is in the house, in the fridge. I have to nuke it. All right. I might actually, Josephine, Josephine says 4, Sally says 5. So what is the answer? Is it 4 or is it 5? Anyway, my lovely friends, I'm gonna call it a day. We have made a really cute face washer, simple, but it's going to do the job, and have fun. So yeah, it's going to be good. Alison's got hers on hold until it gets colder too. Thank you, Alison. I feel better about that all. Kathleen says, I've been lurking and watching the stream while setting up my new Cricut. Oh no! Oh no! Oh, it is a rabbit hole. It's a rabbit hole. Anyway, I'm going to scoot everybody. You have a fantastic week. Throw me some ideas over in the fun zone for something else that I can, make next week in the live stream, and I'll see about getting supplies and stuff in. And I'll talk to you all next week. Have a fun one. Bye. Kathleen says it's my fault. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. Goodbye, everybody. Bye.